There are kids in this world who are different. Special.
There are these kids out there somewhere. Whittier calls them the Four. Why is it always 6 minutes?
In this episode, I'll be breaking down the latest episode of 6 Minutes Season 4, piece by piece. Hey, Review Pop listeners, it's Cyrus, Landon Mueller. Today we are talking about episode 487 of 6 Minutes Season 4, called Testing Out a New Power. And this episode was jaw-dropping. First and foremost, I loved how great Remy was in this episode. It was great to hear from Penn and Casey as well. In other GZM news, there was a new mid-roll ad that emerged, and it announced that, coming early fall, a new show will be released on the Imagination Amplified feed. But without further ado, let's get straight into this episode.
I'm coming, Brynleigh. I'm flying? Hang on, I'll catch you.
I predicted, that he wouldn't get the ability of time travel, rather he'd get a different power. After Holiday learned she could borrow any powers, she decided to start going on missions. For example, the one in the Arctic with Cam. On another note, I'm curious about how Cyrus's powers will work when he gets back home. I'm not totally sure, if his powers are subject to just one time zone, but I guess we'll have to wait and see.
Don't look down! You're afraid of heights, remember?
Distinctly. Of all the superpowers, why did mine have to be ironic?
In a lot of ways, Cyrus has grown throughout the show. About a week ago, I was re-listening to 6 Minutes at a Time, and Cyrus was talking to Jude. He said, "We've been saving each other long before you entered the picture, and there's a lot of truth to that. Cyrus and Brynleigh have always been there for each other." And speaking of Jude, we know this is all leading to the finale. Also, all throughout Season 4, he's been trying to get to Brynleigh.
What do we do with a grumpy sailor? What do we do with a grumpy sailor? What do we do with a grumpy sailor early in the morning?
Really, Remington? Sea shanties?
When I had David Kreisman on the podcast, he talked about the character of Remy and, how she's a ray of sunshine, kind of like Annie in Tomorrow. That was great as a writer because he was writing in a sort of not-so-great time, the pandemic. But there's another side to Remy. She's helpful and she's carried Adam through a tough time. But that seems rocky right now. I don't know if they'll see each other again this season.
If we can somehow get in touch with Cyrus, pinpoint his exact location, we can figure out a way to open a portal and make things right.
Ugh, what's that?
I've mentioned in a few episodes that the time phone is a great resource, and this was my theory all along. Cyrus doesn't need to be able to open up a portal, because Penn and Casey already have that covered. The other thing I'm wondering is how important the bassinet is. If I remember correctly, they have the bassinet. Now they just have to figure out how to use it on their own. On an unrelated note, it sounds like something is coming up for Penn and Casey, and I'm convinced it has something to do with their ship. For one, they're confident in each other, which is a great quality, and they really understand each other.
You've been really cool. Speaking up for us, letting us stay here.
Don't get comfortable. It's only temporary. Neverland isn't meant for humans, especially ones associated with Adam.
It was certainly cool to revisit the Huts, but hearing Mila like this has me concerned. It surprised me a little bit because now it sounds like Mila's not really on their side. The other thing I find interesting is that in a previous episode, Cam 1 seemed to still dislike white kids. Speaking of Mila, I'm not sure if Katie has thought about her much, so there's a lot of speculation about what could happen.
And you can't be on the run forever either. You have to consider your futures.
We are. The futures we want to have, not the ones strangers tell us to have.
That's what gets me, because if River and Sam never leave 2025, they're forcing Monica and James to stay in the past forever. I don't think Sam necessarily wants to stay in 2025, but she's agreed with River a lot. So if he wants to stay in 2025, then she probably will too. But I don't think they're ready for what's about to happen. As discussed with Tom Cassiello, a huge portal will probably open up in the last episode of Season 4, connecting everyone in Alaska, Neverland, and 1989 together. But I'm not sure what River and Sam will do. Will River accept that he needs to go back to his life in 1989? I'm not so sure. Also, I know it's not included in this clip, but I thought it was so funny when Cybot blushed and giggled.
Cyrus, the serum!
Yeah. Sorry, Brynleigh fell out of the helicopter and...
How did you know how to do it?
I don't know, Katie. I saw Brynleigh tumbling out, and then I suddenly felt dizzy and weird, and then before I knew it, I was in the air rushing to catch her.
My hero.
Hearing Cyrus and Brynleigh this happy just honestly brings a smile to my face. I mean, it's so great. I wanted to talk about something that I couldn't get to in the last episode because of the shortened breakdown. I'm so glad Brynleigh knows Katie cares about her. I've said so many times that they've shared a lot of great experiences, and they really have become friends. Also, Katie bid a nice farewell to Joe, and I think that's where you can start to see the reality that, they can make a great team, just so long as they aren't arguing.
It's okay, sweetie. You can come out.
Hi, everybody.
Holiday?
That's not Holiday, Dad. That's Adelaide. And Mom just smuggled her away from Dr. Whittier.
What a great cliffhanger. I didn't know that was coming in the slightest. And it sounds like we're gonna, hear a manhunt of sorts, Dr. Whittier searching for his daughter. And I think I knew it was happening when Monica said, "It's okay, you can come out now, sweetie." Thank you all so much for listening. If you enjoy the podcast, please leave a 5-star review. Until next time, this is Landon saying peace, love, and time travel.